Okay. Do you know what a green screen is? When might we use a green screen? When you want to be able to change and select a change a background, yes. Superimposing images, exactly. Okay, so in the chat, just let me know when might we want to remove the background of a photo. Can anyone think of any possible examples when it sucks? Yeah, basically that's one reason. When if particularly if the light isn't particularly good, obviously you can't control the light all the time. So yeah, when you want something more interesting, yeah, or something else. Background too cluttered. When you're doing composing, yes. Okay. Here are a couple of to create fantasy. Yes, fantasy and composites. Also, it can be very useful in corporate branding if you think of particularly doing headshots and you want perhaps in the background you want the company logo or something like that. It can be really good. Used in movies, yeah. This was originally what I thought when GuruShots came to me and they said we want to do a webinar on green screens. I thought that sounds like something they use in TV, in the movies to create kind of CGI and crazy effects like that. But actually, it's used a lot in photography as well. It's not something I would use in my workflow, but you know, it is. People do use it, and with excellent results. As we said before, outdoor lighting is not always ideal. Okay, so you know, you can change the background there. School and sports, this is becoming quite popular, particularly in the United States, I believe, to have your school photo taken with a different background. Also, advertising, product placement, and creative freedom. Okay, so those are just, you know, some examples of when you might want to change a background. There are obviously many other options. Okay, so before I move on, have a look at this poll. Can you just answer this quick poll? Have you ever tried to change the background in the photo? Did you find it easy? Okay, a few of you saying yes, you found it easy. More of you are saying no, you didn't. Now this might sound surprising that, you know, today in 2018, Photoshop is still not really mastered removing a background. It's something that, you know, is quite common. People quite often want to remove backgrounds in their photos, but Photoshop has still not quite nailed it. And that's a shame because Photoshop in many other areas, you know, it excels. It's incredible product. But yes, super hard, someone said in the chat. Depends on the subject. Very much so. Very much so. Okay, so what I'm going to show you today is a plugin. It's a very good plugin. Firstly, to do this, I need to share my screen with you, okay? Just bear with me 1 second while I do that. Okay, just let me know in the chat. Can you now see Photoshop? Yes. Perfect. Okay. Great. Okay, so I'm just going to minimize this for the moment. Now, if I wanted to remove the background in this image, my first port of call would be the quick select tool. This tool is quite intelligent, and what it will do is you click on an area and drag your cursor and it will Photoshop automatically selects, and it looks like it's doing a great job selecting the green background. And then we come to the hair and you see, oh, Photoshop really struggles with the hair there. Now I can zoom in. I'll just zoom in. Okay, and I can try and sort that out and add the hair back into the selection. But you see, it's kind of difficult, and it's just cutting off areas of hair that, you know, individual hairs are just not being selected. Okay, this is a great example here. Here it's just selected that whole wedge. Anything inside this selection will remain. If I unlock this background and add a blank layer below it, I can delete the background and you'll see it's kind of made a bit of a mess. Does anyone in the chat know the best tool to use for this? Yeah, the hair gets me. It's masking, yes. Select and mask. There is a better way to start. I will select and mask in a second. Mask by color. Okay, let's have a go with that. And let me just undo this. So if I go to select, I can select a color range. Okay. Now what select color range does is I can click on a color in the photo and that will form the basis of the selection. Okay, so here I want to select green, so I click on the green, and you can see it's creating a mask. Anything that's white will be selected, anything black will not be selected. Now there's a couple of different tones of green here, so I can add extra colors by holding down Shift and just clicking around until I think I've got all of that green. Okay, something like that. Now you see straight away it's done a much better job at selecting the hair, but it's still not getting this green in between the hairs. You can see lots of green there. What I can do here, this is where the select and mask comes in. Now, first thing I need to do is I need to inverse the selection. Okay, like here. Then come to select, select and mask. Now with this box IP section, just remove as much of the green as possible. And you can see it's coming out, the green. Now this decontaminate color gets quite a bit as well. And that's probably about as good as I can go. Notice there are still some greens down here and over here, but that's not too bad. The only problem is, if you look at the hair on the edges, it's gone a bit soft. Okay, in the original photo, if I just go back, got some nice crisp individual hairs, but in this one, they're just a bit soft. Let me put a background. You can see they're just a bit soft, which is a shame, and it's not, you know, it's not perfect. So we're not happy with that. We're not going to use that. What we're going to do is we're going to go all the way back. Now this is the plugin I want to show you. Okay, it's from a company called 36 Pix, and they do one thing only, and they do one thing extremely well. And that's remove green screens. Okay, so I've got this plugin installed, and if I come down here to scripts and click on key 36, it'll load up the plugin. Now it does take a second or two, but trust me, it's much better to wait a second to hit. See, already it's come up. Now here on the left we have some options, and you'll notice not only do they do green screens, but they also do blue screens. Okay, you'll also notice down here you can select different backgrounds, but I'm not going to go into these details now. I'm simply going to click process image. Okay, that'll do its magic. I'm just going to check back in the chat. Is it being recorded? Yes, it is being recorded. I will send out the recording in the next couple of days. Okay, there we go. Within just a couple of seconds, all the green has been removed. Okay, this is just a preview. If I'm happy with that, which I am, I can click accept results, and then again 2 seconds later, we have the image with all of the green removed. Let's have a look at that at 100%. Okay, actually you'll notice not all the green has been removed. There is a little bit above her shoulders, and I think we'll find some down here. Yes, just a little bit. Okay, at first this might seem disappointing, but with the plugin we also get all of these actions. Let me just zoom in and show you. We've got all these actions here, and there's one called hide all green. Okay, if I click on hide all green and play it, I've lost my play, and I play that action, all of the green is now removed. Okay, we've now got a really nice photo with really nice crisp hair. Each individual hair is still there. If I just put on a background, you can see those hairs really stand out. They're really nice and sharp. So it's done a fantastic job there. I cannot see any green. And this is ideal because now maybe you can select your background and simply drag it in, and there you go. Whoops, wrong shortcut. And there you go. We have the model all of a sudden is outside in a field. It's as simple as that. Are these plugins free to download? There will be. Stick to the end. I'm going to give you a link. Okay. Okay. So what happens, you might ask, if perhaps the model was wearing green? Now, surely this plugin would also remove any color that's in her clothes or perhaps her makeup or whatever. So let's have a look at that now. I've got another image, this one here, and you can see she's wearing this garland, which is green. Let's see what happens when I run the Key 36 plugin. So back down to scripts, Key 36. Again, just a couple of seconds here, and it doesn't take too long. Okay, there we go. Again, straight away, just process the image. Now let's see what happens to this garland of green flowers. There you go. Okay, you'll see the green has, as I suspected, been removed from this garland of flowers. But I'm going to accept the results anyway. We're going to fix this in a second. I'm going to show you a great way to fix it. So with these, again, with these actions, there's one called hide green outside selection. Okay, so I'm going to come over here, grab my lasso, and just create a very rough selection. I'm going to select hide green outside selection, and then I'm going to run that, and you'll see all the green has disappeared from her hair, but the garland of flowers is still green. Okay, so again, you can then do whatever you want with that image, maintaining those green colors in clothes or makeup, as I said. Okay, I'm going to switch back. Someone was asking about a download for this plugin. It's by a company called 36 Pix. There is a link I've just added to the top. You can download it completely free and get 50 free extractions to play around with. There is a challenge that started today on GuruShots called Fun with Green Screens. Okay, it's not one of my challenges, but it is there. Have a play. You have 50 extractions, so you can try different photos. And yeah, have a play, enter a few photos into the challenge and see how you get on. Okay, as I was saying, I'm not an expert in this, so does anyone have any questions? Because I do have an expert on the line. If anyone has any questions, I'm going to just bring Kathy into the room. 1 second. Okay, Kathy, is from 36 Pics. Kathy, can you hear me?
Yes, can everybody hear me?
In the chat, can we just say if we can hear Kathy? I can hear her.
Yes. Okay, they can. So I just saw a couple of questions. I saw one asking if green is better than blue, and the answer for that would be yes. We do handle both blue and green, but if I had to choose one, green is definitely a little bit easier and to work with and better in our algorithm. Um, Somebody else asked if the free trial was for 30 days. So yes, if you download the free trial, you'll receive 50 free extractions, and those 50 extractions will be valid for 30 days. After the first 50, there are some bundles that you can purchase. And the prices for those, we can maybe bring it up. Tom, on your screen, do you still have the Photoshop open?
I do, yes. Where am I going?
So if you open the interface of the plugin and just click on Buy More.
Okay. Can everyone see this, by the way? It's not letting me do it on this one. Okay.
While that's opening, let me just look at the other questions. The reason green is better than blue is basically because when you're masking, there's more blue in things like all the colors like black, gray, white, purple. All of those colors contain blue, so you're going to have more manual masking afterwards, whereas there's much less green in the skin tone or the eyes and things like that, so the masking is easier. All right, so yes, Tom, if you click on Buy More, we can look here at the different bundles you can purchase. So basically, for those of you who can't see the screen, you can buy 100 extractions for $24.99, 500 extractions for $99.99, and 1,000 extractions for $149.99. And those will last until you use them. Those don't have a 30-day limit or anything like that. Those ones, once you purchase the bundle, you have them until you use all of them. I have a question. 36 Pics works with GIMP. So no, this is really just our Photoshop plugin. We really specialize in green screen extractions. We have our own algorithms. Someone asks, so for the extraction, every time you run the algorithm and accept the result, that is counted as one extraction. Once you have your extraction, you can do whatever you want with the image. You can save it multiple times or do whatever you want. I'm just seeing here if I missed. Sorry, go ahead, Tom.
No. I just wondered if there's anyone else with any more questions in the chat. There's someone typing at the moment.
So no, the plugin is really just to remove the screen. It doesn't actually, you can't do with the color correction or put in the background within the plugin interface. But as Tom showed, if you didn't see, once you get your result, you basically have like a PNG file, and then you can put in your own background and do any color correction that you want within Photoshop. If the link there isn't working, some of you are saying you tried it. I'm just going to put the link in the chat. And were there any other questions?
Nothing more from me. Okay, I will email everyone out this video within the next couple of days, and I will include that link as well. So if you are having problems, don't worry, we will make sure you can download it. The challenge also, I think it's an 18-day challenge. Okay, so you've got plenty of time to have a play around with this and see what you can create. Okay. So until next time, thank you very much for attending, everyone. Good to see you and enjoy yourselves. Bye.